Hey everybody, today we are talking about the Tatami Galaxy by Tomihiko Morimi. When I saw this cute little edition of this book at the store, I knew I just had to have it. I have not read it before or really heard about it before, but it has been out for quite a long time now, so I'm just a little slow to the game. It actually came to my attention because of the newer one that he wrote called The Time Machine Blues, and that one was being advertised next to the Tatami Galaxy, and so I got them both on the same day and decided to start with this one since it was the one that came first, though I heard that it doesn't really matter because they're not technically related. At least I'm pretty sure that's what I read. But anyway, this book is split into 4 sections, and each section is a different version of our main character's life, basically. He feels like he has so much potential that he is wasting, and he does not want to take the blame for himself as to why his life is this way. He wants to blame his circumstances, which are the 4 clubs that he was able to choose from his freshman year of college, and he believes the one he chose just made it so that he had a worse fate than if he had chosen something else. And this person that he meets named Ozu is his frenemy, basically. His friend that he's also super annoyed with and also blames for all the bad stuff that happens to him. And he thinks, if I'd only just not met this guy and picked a different club, then my life would be better than it is now, and I'd probably have superb grades and a wonderful black-haired maiden, is what he would say every single time. This lovely girlfriend, and everything would be peachy. But unfortunately, it doesn't go that way, and at the end of every section, the new section begins, and it is essentially starting from the beginning. Some of the paragraphs are exactly the same as they are, like in every single section, about him talking about his meeting of Ozu and his decision to choose what club he's going to choose. Only this time, he chooses a different club. So all 4 of them are him choosing a different club and what happens to him because he chose a different club. But in every single one of these situations, he still meets Ozu, and he still meets Akashi, who is the girl that he potentially will end up with if he chooses the right things. And there's a fortune teller that he meets in every single one of these scenarios, and the fortune teller basically gives him like a hint of what to look out for and to seize his moment and take his chance when he sees whatever this hint is. And he's like, that seems very vague, but okay, fine. And so he tries to search for this thing so that he could have his fate be better, and so that he can turn his life around, essentially. And so if you're looking for something that is basically the same thing but different, then this is a book that I think you would enjoy. A good example of this would be the Before the Coffee Gets Cold series. Those books are repetitive because each story that is told revolves around somebody choosing to go back in time by going to this specific cafe that can time travel you, basically. And this book is, while it doesn't have time travel in that kind of a way, it gives you the same story 4 times, but with different situations and different scenarios. Just like that book gives you different characters and why, and their reasonings for why they want to go back in time. And so even though the setup and certain things are the same, the overall ending isn't going to be exactly the same because it's based on the own person's experience. And in this case, it is based on what club he chooses and where that leads him. But in each scenario, he still meets the same people. It's just the interactions he has with them are slightly different. I think the moral of the stories is that whatever your fate is, you will get to that place despite what choices you make. Like, if it's meant to be, it's going to be. It's just the way you get there will be different, but you'll still eventually get there if you're supposed to, is what I kind of got from this. The 4th and final part of the book is actually him being trapped in the tatami room that is his room, and it's a 4.5 mat room. He explains how that's the perfect size of a room, but then he realizes that he can't escape it in this scenario, and each time he tries to escape, he just goes into another room. And eventually he realizes that there's little things that are off for each of these rooms, and it's because he's basically stuck in like a time, not really a time loop, but kind of a time loop, because he can't get out of this, and he's been in there for like 80 days, and the more he goes through to the different rooms, the more he realizes that there are things that shouldn't be there, and he comes to think, oh, I am trapped in multiple timelines of my own life, where if I had chosen different choices, then that would have been in my room, and that would have been in my room, or that would have happened to me, and that's why that's there. And so he kind of starts to realize that like he's trapped within his own like variations of his own life, which I think is kind of cool to like have that be something that you have to like realize, like, how do I get out of here? Like, do I need to come to terms with how my life is and that I'm meant to be here? Or like, I don't know, I just think it's interesting. I can see why some people might think it's boring, because you do have to read the same thing over and over again, like some paragraphs anyway, that you can kind of just speed read through because you know what it says already, because you've read it 4 times or 3 times already. But it shows you, it's a demonstration of just like showing how much can you really change if you went back in time. These things are still the same, even though these things are not. And so just kind of gives you a way to look at things a little bit differently. So I liked it. I enjoyed it. And there's an anime, and I'm currently watching it, and I'm like halfway through. There's like 11 episodes, and so I'll be doing a review on that later too. But I enjoyed it. I liked it. I will leave you with this little saying, this quote from a person that I actually saw on one of the YouTube videos when I was trying to find the anime. And I think the commenter on this video that I was watching, I think he said it best. He said, "Our main character really likes to throw away the good in his search for the perfect." And I just thought, that's it right there. That is it. He thinks that it's just that the good is just not good enough, that he has to have this perfect life, when what he has is actually not all that bad. It's pretty average. It's what most people would be grateful to have, but he just wants more. I think that was just a really good way to describe our main character in this book. Anyways, if you think this sounds interesting to you, then feel free to let me know what you think when you read the book yourself. And if you've already read it, let me know what your thoughts were on it. And yeah, thank you. I appreciate you, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.